Environmentally Preferable Purchasing, or EPP, goes by many names, such as green procurement and sustainable procurement. Regardless of the term used, the concept remains the same. It involves consciously choosing one product or service over another because it has attributes that benefit the environment, and in turn is safer and healthier for us to use, store, and dispose. We refer to these as green products. Several established federal procurement preference programs are designed to have purchasing agents consider environmental, health, and resource-saving attributes. Together, these programs encourage federal purchasers to make environmental benefits a key part of their purchasing decisions. Some examples of green products are recycled content paper, binders made of recycled plastic, absorbent material made from cottonseed lint, energy-efficient light bulbs, hybrid vehicles, low-flow faucets, and non-toxic cleaning products. There are laws, regulations, and executive orders that require EPP. These are directed at purchasers who work for federal agencies, which include DoD personnel. Here is an overview of the primary regulatory drivers and what they require. Note that these requirements and policies come from the federal, DoD, and MEDCOM levels. There is also an Army Green Procurement Policy and an implementation guide that assigns responsibilities and addresses training, monitoring, and reporting. The Federal Acquisition Regulation, or FAR, defines its Sustainable Acquisition Policy in Part 23. It defines the types of products federal agencies must require in contract specification documents, such as energy and water-efficient products, bio-based products, products containing recovered materials or recycled content, and others. The MEDCOM Sustainability Policy, issued December 2016, instructs organizations within the command to incorporate EPP into procurement and contracting actions to support efforts to deliver sustainable healthcare. Sustainable healthcare is a way to enhance the well-being of patients and the workforce through the reduction of hazardous chemicals, to ensure access to energy, water, and other mission-essential resources, and to effectively and efficiently manage materials and waste streams. The MEDCOM Sustainability Policy specifies certain hazardous substances as chemicals of concern and calls for their reduction or elimination. For example, mercury, latex, volatile organic compounds, and bisphenol A, or BPA. There are many benefits to be derived from buying green that go beyond merely following the regulations and policies. The most important one is that it uses the power of federal spending to do positive things for the environment, such as saving our natural resources, helping our country's recycling and agricultural industries thrive, and reducing harmful effects from the use and disposal of chemicals. Buying green can also save money. Some green products cost less, and even when the acquisition cost is higher, a product may provide savings when considering its life cycle cost, including paying for disposal. EPP also has less obvious benefits, such as creating markets for green technologies and products. Buying green also helps reduce our dependence on foreign sources of oil, because many green products, such as bio-based products, replace plastics and other oil-based products with natural or plant-based ingredients. There are 3 mandatory federal preference programs that apply when purchasing products that are specifically designated by agencies like the EPA and are available with certain attributes. Designated products include recycled content products, bio-based products, and energy and water-consuming products. This means if you are purchasing a designated product on behalf of a federal agency, you must show preference to the attribute that applies to your purchase. A common example is copy paper. You must purchase paper meeting the recycled content guidelines published by EPA, in this case 30% post-consumer content. It is your responsibility to be familiar with the lists of designated products. Websites for these product lists are provided here. There are some instances for which EPP may not be in the best interests of the government. The FAR allows 3 exceptions to the mandatory preference programs, and these exceptions are referred to as price, performance, and availability. Here are 3 examples using those exceptions. The first example uses the exception of availability. In the second example, the green product was cost prohibitive, using the exception of price. The third example uses the exception of performance. Note that documentation is required when exceptions are used for a purchase above the micro-purchase threshold. Healthcare settings provide many opportunities to purchase designated products. Common areas where we can apply EPP are office supplies, custodial and environmental services, laboratories, and the cafeteria. Here are a few examples of designated products with desirable attributes. Here are a few examples of additional products that may not be designated but have characteristics that make them preferable, including being reusable or containing less toxic ingredients. Purchasers are urged to think outside the box when looking for ways to green our operations. An easy and effective way to find green products is to look for labels bestowed by reputable organizations. The EPA, through the Energy Star program, certifies products that have energy-saving features and gives them the Energy Star label. That's an easy way to find energy-efficient products. The U.S. Department of Agriculture provides the USDA Certified Bio-Based Products label to plant-based materials that meet the BioPreferred program standards. The EPA's Safer Choice program provides alternative cleaning products that contain less harmful chemicals and are safe for us to use at home, without sacrificing quality or performance. To be labeled Safer Choice, products must meet EPA's strict standards, which require disclosure of all ingredients and restrict or prohibit chemicals such as ozone-depleting substances, irritants, sensitizers, or ingredients on other prohibited lists. Other labels signify that a hazardous chemical is not present. A product listed as no CFCs, for example, lets you know that specific ozone-depleting substances are absent in the product. There are many tools to help us practice EPP. Federal supply sources use icons or symbols to direct us to green products. When ordering from GSA Advantage, GSA Global Supply, or the FedMall, for example, there are easy ways to tell whether a product has green attributes. GSA has developed icons to indicate which items are considered green. FedMall identifies green products with the tree symbol that was formerly used in the DoD eMall. You can use green as a search filter in FedMall when looking for products online, or use the search box to look for specific attributes such as recycled or bio-based. FedMall will even provide keyword suggestions that identify environmental attributes. If you are a purchasing agent, you may have heard of ESOMIS, or the Enterprise Environmental Safety and Occupational Health Management Information System. ESOMIS is a web-based tracking system used to manage hazardous materials procured and used at Army activities. The Army now requires the use of ESOMIS and provides training to authorized users. The use of ESOMIS will require changing some business practices when it comes to purchasing hazardous materials, including an approval process before those products can be purchased. A product will also be carefully tracked, including how and where it is distributed, stored, and used until it is completely dispensed. By thoroughly screening and tracking the materials purchased, we can start to reduce or eliminate hazardous materials and replace them with environmentally preferable products. A product's safety data sheet may be used to provide information on hazardous chemicals or materials present. Remember, the government purchase card must not be used to purchase hazardous materials except with commander approval. GSA's Sustainable Facilities tool is a one-stop resource to explore, search, or browse for green products. Users may search by product or service to meet their EPP requirements. Search for products when requiring specific items. For example, under the category Biomedical Equipment and Supplies, you will find items such as gloves, catheters, instrument cleaners, or tubing. Or browse services to identify EPP opportunities that may apply to contracted food, laundry, janitorial, or other operations. Visit sftool.gov to learn more. As a member of Practice Green Health, MEDCOM and all its facilities maintain a commitment to strive for sustainable practices that ensure a healthy environment, reduce waste, and conserve resources. This membership allows MEDCOM facilities to track and report sustainable initiatives such as EPP. It also provides all members with tools and resources developed by other DoD and private medical facilities across the United States. One of these tools is the Greening the Supply Chain initiative, which works directly with group purchasing organizations to raise awareness for green products and increase the availability of those products to medical systems. This concludes this module on EPP. For further information, contact your facility's green team or sustainability coordinator.